Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage and welcome back to the shed. So today we have my 4th of July flea market picks. So I went to the Stormville Airport flea market here in New York and I had a pretty good time. It wasn't a big turnout. There was probably about half the vendors there that I'm used to seeing, but I think I did pretty good. I picked up a couple lots of tools from a couple different sellers. So I'm going to get the camera turned around, take a look at the haul, and see what you guys think. All right, guys. So this is lot number 1, and this lot was on a dollar tarp, so everything was just a buck. So here's the 3 first tools that I picked up on the dollar tarp. First up here, we have a Proto Tools, and this is the 1/4" nut driver, spinner handle, whatever you want to call it, with the through drive. So you could use it as an extension. You could put a breaker bar on here, get a little extra torque. And I collect the Proto yellow handle. I believe I have 1 or 2 of these already, but for $1, I just couldn't leave it behind. I mean, condition on it is pretty good. It's not too scratched up. Doesn't have too much of the mange going on. Part number on these is the 4769. So again, wasn't going to leave that one behind. Next up, we have a pair of Craftsman about 6.5" slip joint pliers. These are the Western Forge style with that laser etch logo. USA made. Hard to read on here, but I think the part number is 47378. And other than just a little bit of cleanup, these guys are actually in pretty good shape. The inside, all the grooves in here are actually doing pretty good. So these probably just got exposed to some moisture, but they're actually pretty lightly used. And last from that first dollar table pick, it's a big Williams double open wrench. This is the number 37, and there is the Williams logo there. So pretty nice substantial wrench. Again, for $1, I will never pass one of these up if it's in good condition. Alright, so this was my second buy of the day. I got all of these tools here for $30. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Alright, first up we'll go through the adjustable wrenches. Those are my favorite. So this here is a Bonnie BW8. It's going to be an 8" adjustable wrench with the Triangle Corp logo there. So this was during the Utica Bonnie era. Function on it is pretty good. Adjustable wrench number 2, we have the Utica 90-8, another 8". 3-diamond Utica Tools logo there. Black oxide. And this one kind of wants to move, so I think it just needs a good little cleaning there. The jaw is kind of seized up there, so but the nut is turning. So bet with a little bit of WD-40, a little bit of cleaning, that'll work just fine. All right, these next 2 need some serious work, but what I was able to identify just barely was there's the Proto indentation in these. So these are Proto black oxide 8" and 10" adjustable wrenches, and I picked these up just for fun. I bet I could get them working. They definitely have seen some moisture, but in New York here, that's not very uncommon. So I'm willing to take the gamble on something like these for $1 or $2. So I love my Proto Tools, so I picked those up. Next up here, we have an angled pipe wrench, and this one here is made by the Lawson Manufacturing Company, Cleveland, Ohio, USA. It's a 10" style, and definitely needs a cleanup. There's like some paint, it's a little bit of surface rust, but it's not seized up. It functions. Jaws are pretty good, so figured that one could clean up pretty good. And it definitely seems like an older one. I don't know if I could quite put a year on it, but thought that was pretty sweet. This here, old antique monkey wrench, probably about a 7/8". I think the logo up here says PS and W, so it'll be Pexto. Definitely, just like everything else, needs a cleanup. Somebody drilled a hole in the handle here, probably to hang it. But, I mean, that we could always just make a little dowel, plug it in there, and fill that in. But otherwise, I mean, the wrench is in good shape. It functions. It's not completely all bent up. And again, for, you know, $2, that's pretty good. Next up here, this is a perfect handle pipe wrench. So it has the perfect handle patented right there. Scales are not bad at all. Actually pretty good. They're not even loose. In here we have some writing, 10-inch, and I believe it says H.D. Smith & Company. So this is a legitimate perfect handle pipe wrench. And I don't see these too often, especially at these kind of prices. So again, it's in good shape, just really needs a cleaning. This is pretty cool, marked Fairmount tongs, and I mean, it looks like a metal bending tool to me. Patent on the back. Inside here, drop forged in USA. The WF Gameter Company. I think it says Cadiz, Ohio. But in pretty good shape there. I got one screwdriver, and this is the Craftsman driver light. Probably does not function. Nope. Battery should probably dead in there. But this is a magnetic screwdriver that you can put a battery in here, and you get the little push button to activate the driver light. USA made. Craftsman 41993. We've got two pairs of channel lock pliers here. Little, probably about a 5-inch diagonal cutter, and about maybe a 7-inch or so lineman's pliers. And these things just need a little bit of cleanup. I like getting the channel lock pliers that have this, the older logo where it's actually like stamped into the steel, because then when you clean them up, you don't lose the logo. This one has it on the back here. So again, just like all the other tools from this guy, they just really need a cleaning. Got a couple of wrenches, double box in Destro, number 915, 13/16 by 7/8. McCaig and Hatch, 3/4 by 5/8. It's Old Williams, open-ended engineer style wrench, 703, I think. Vice grip, Do It Peterson. This one is rusty, and the that open assist is rusted shut. But all the parts are here. This is the needle nose style, the 6LN. So I think this could be fixed, no problem. If not, just getting some of these parts, the screw and the spring and stuff, is worth the $1 or $2 to me. And then last up from this haul is, I believe this is a weatherhead socket, heavy duty commercial truck, air brakes, Bonnie. And it is a I believe WA 1392. 3/8 drive. So this is buy number 3, just 2 items, but I found a seller that had 2 of these old Ratchets, and I asked him how much, and he said $3 for both, and I said, sure thing, I'll take them. So first one here is the SK Wayne 45170. This is your standard 3/8 ratchet. Definitely needs some cleaning, but it functions. And I don't normally find these with the SK Wayne logo, but this is the knurled handle, round head. They made these for decades, and they're extremely reliable ratchets. And with that, I found this Husky. This is a CS43, USA made. And this one's a 1/2-inch drive ratchet with a knurled handle. Also, works pretty good for being an old dirty ratchet. And I was happy to pay $1.50 a piece for these 2 guys. So the next haul or I should say buy, included these 3 items. And I went up and asked how much, and the guy said, give me $5. So I said, sure thing. 10R Vice Grip, Do It Peterson, USA. These I spotted from all the way from the top of a bin full of tools. Saw the green handles and knew there were some diamonds down there. But it's the Dimaloy tongue and groove joint pliers, about a 10-inch with the green handles. Not perfect condition on these, but still pretty good, especially for that price. And then another adjustable wrench, Crescent brand, 10-inch, USA made, Crestalloy. Alright guys, so this lot was $60 total. $20 was on this brand new package of Irwin Quick Grips. There's 4 of them in there, so that's pretty nice. There's 2 of the 6-inch and 2 of the 12-inch style in there. And then another $20 went right into this pair of channel lock snap ring pliers, new old stock. The little bit in there, the bit cases in there. So that was another $20. And the other $20 was split between all of these loose tools. So with that, I got 2 more of the Irwin Quick Grip clamps. I love those clamps. We use them all the time. So I just keep buying them whenever I can get them at a good deal. I got 2 pipe wrenches here. They are both the rigid E10 models, the 10-inch angled style. And I don't see these too often, so if they're a couple bucks, I usually pick them up. This one is even marked the Guaranteed Pipe Master, but then on the back it says the Erie Tool Works, Erie, Pennsylvania. So that must be an older model. Pretty cool. Got an old pair of Craftsman diagonal cutters. So there's the old Craftsman Pointed A logo. I spotted these based on the embellishments on the handles. I saw them from the side and snagged those up. Then I got this Craftsman. This is the V series, the stud extractor. So that is a 4458, but it's a 1/2-inch drive stud extractor tool. And then these channel lock. At least I think they're channel lock. They look like channel lock. They got the right color. And they're either a nail puller or a end nipper. But I haven't seen this model before from channel lock, so I grabbed them up. And that's that $60 buy. And then we got one more buy, so I'll pull that out and we'll take a look. Alright guys, this was the last buy of the day, and this lot of tools I got for $50. Couple of small pairs of pliers and stuff, 1 wrench. But the biggest thing, the thing that I thought was the coolest, was this Craftsman egg beater drill. And you could see there, it has the original logo on there, the Heritage logo, in really, really good shape for the age of this tool. Craftsman name is there. Wood handles are all in good shape. There's the back handle. Paint's all here. This is the other additional handle I just took off, just to kind of show you guys. And then the end cap comes off. And we got the bits, and they're looking pretty good. So there are 8 bits in here, and they're all looking pretty decent. They don't look beat up, they don't look heavily used or bent. So that's pretty awesome. So this was definitely a lightly used drill, and it's been well preserved for so long. We'll move on from that, even though I could probably look at it all day. This is a proto wrench, 1" by 15/16 Proto USA, model 3045. Old pair of channel locks with the Champion Day Armament logo there, and channel lock number 420. So clearly this was before they started putting the grips on there, because they would have covered up all their logos with the grips, right? That's what I was thinking. There's a patent on there. But these are in beautiful shape, like practically unused. The jaws are all nice and clean, and There's really just a little bit of dust and grease on them. Another pair of pliers. This has the slip joint style water pump, and these are Wizards, so that's pretty cool. And condition on these is pretty nice. Sometimes you find these and all the plating is coming off, but these are pretty well preserved. Part number on these is the HR 1133. It's not too often you find a pair of old Dunlap pliers, so we got the Dunlap approved tools there. Little 6, maybe 6.5 inch lineman pliers. Pretty sweet. And then we have the little Herbrand. See if that'll show up. But it's marked Herbrand 160. Little ignition pliers. And then these guys are pretty cool. Kind of like a vice grip, kind of like a locking clamp. And I've seen them before. They're marked DE-STA-CO, DE-STA-CO. That says 462 there. I'm not sure if that's a model number or not. Let's check the other one. This one's also marked 462. And they're an adjustable locking clamp, kind of like a vice grip. So you can adjust your threads there. And then it has the lever action in here, but when you get it all set up right, you can clamp on just like a vice grip. So that's pretty cool. I've seen these before, but not in as nice condition as this pair. I have seen them where they're really beat up and overly used and all loose, but these are in pretty good shape, so I picked those up as well. So that concludes the 4th of July tool haul. I thought I did pretty good. I thought I got a lot of cool stuff. I gotta say, some of my favorites probably include that Craftsman egg beater drill, but also that perfect handle pipe wrench was pretty sweet too. You guys gotta let me know what you think your favorite finds of the day was, and as always, appreciate you guys coming to check out the channel. It was a good haul. I think it was $151 total, so that was a pretty good little budget haul. Got a lot of great stuff. A lot of projects to do around here, that's for sure. Just got to find some time. So, like I said, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you guys next time with another.